Starting with our three minifigures for the set, we have Martin Krebs, Dr. Henry Loomis, and Zora Bennett. So, if you purchase the Spinosaurus vs. Quetzalcoatlus set, you will have all three of these minifigures. The only thing that would be different is that Henry Loomis has gray pants instead of tan here. The takeaway from these figures would be their torsos. They all stand out and they're all very unique. Krebs' torso would definitely work for any other mock or stop motion in a dirty tropical environment. Henry Loomis has a torso with the undershirt and the vest going over it, which could be used in some sort of museum or office building. And for Zora Bennett, hers could definitely be used in a combat scenario or some sort of survivalist situation as well. Pulling parts from different minifigures in future mocks and showcases is always a good sign that they were developed properly and they had great detail. This last little clip here before we move on is if the figures had two faces, I popped off the hair and put it behind them just to show what their dual face would look like. And it's nice to see that all three of the characters that we have two faces so they can be used in expressions across different scenes. Next, we have our newly designed Raptor that we first got in the Off-Road Escape set. I love the black strips that go along the tail and all the way up to the head. The gray is nice as well, and especially when the black strips blend with different colors. The blue around the eye is a nice touch as well. The only thing I wish was a little bit better with the paint pattern would just be if that red in the eye was a little brighter. It's always nice when LEGO includes multiple dinosaurs in their set. In this case, you get one herbivore and one carnivore, which just gives a lot for your characters to interact with. This set includes a bright red motorcycle so your characters can have some escape scenes. You can fit one as the driver in the front, and if you pop off that tan pad in the back, you can have one standing or sitting and shooting at the Raptor. I only wish that the Raptor could have some leg movement so this chase would be a little bit more alive, but this is always a great duo to get in any set. The next dinosaur that you receive in the set is the massive Titanosaurus. It turned out phenomenal with the white paint patterns going all the way across the tail, body, neck, and head. The neck and body follow the same structure of the Brachiosaurus we received a couple years ago. The head and the tail are quite different though. The head has this little orange either air or oil sac at the top, which is fantastic. It also has quills, and the jaw uses the small singular raptor mold in that gray, which is very neat, and I thought that was pretty creative. The tail is something very special. Not only is it the longest tail we've gotten, but if you rotate it, usually the tails that we have will have paint patterns on the top, but this one doesn't, so it'll look like its tail is swishing naturally in all directions, and it doesn't look abnormal if I turn it upside down. Here is the main build for the set, the Stego Stop and Go gas and convenience station. I really think this is what sold it for me. I always think building experience is something very important when I buy the set, and this part alone was definitely worth it. We'll go into a little bit more detail in a second, but I just wanted you to see all the creative builds and colors that were used in just this model alone. This sign is meant to be detached with a little hinge barely holding together the footprint part. If you push the overgrown foliage out of the way though, you can actually reattach it. And just going around board, you can see some of the fantastic details, like this gas pump uses black whips for the hoses and guns for the pump itself. The ramp that's included, the turquoise mesh net at the top for part of the roofing with the snake, and then just look inside this convenience store, all the detail. You have condiments sitting up on the shelf, you have a Slurpee machine, you have a rotting hot dog, you have a hot dog sign. It's just packed full of detail in such a small build, and I really enjoy it. The stickers for the set are fun too. You have a cracked door with a close sign, and you have some disallowed items like a Raptor, ice cream cone, and iPhone. You can actually take apart this set and look at the plate and see those oil splotches with those circular tiles. I love that. And the gas pump you could see there falls out easily and gets put back on. I always enjoy when LEGO includes these small detachable builds. It allows you to expand your area of play with these sets. It's very easy to take that part off and put it back on with the smooth tile right in the middle attached to the door frame. Love that spotlight over the window. It's detailed with the pins that are slanted. And then you have this 1x1 plate with this snap clip that holds the clear rod for this small drone that has a trank dart attached to it. I love that it used those steering bars to hold the drone's hovering blades. Your first side build for this set includes this little camp hideout. You have a tent along with a collapsible tree that we'll look at a little bit later. Before I forget, if you weren't a fan of Jurassic World Rebirth, but you are a fan of The Lost World, this little side build goes perfect with a Lost World mock or stop motion because they had a hideout scene with the tents as well, and that tree would match in that environment too. This camp has plenty of details. You have a little cookout station for the person in front there, a spider dangling on the side, and you can actually open the tent to see a little bed for somebody to sleep in. Now, what holds the tent from collapsing is this sharp piece in the back. If you fold down the plates, they lock in there, and I really enjoy that so it doesn't keep on breaking and bending too far. I love the moss and the bones that were built alongside the tree to add more detail. And that little pin will push up the cylinder plate to allow the tree to collapse, and it looks really nice with the Titanosaurus. Your last little side build is this off-road buggy with the satellite trailer. In the back with that satellite trailer, you get another one of those traditional kits that we've been using this whole time to hold supplies, that removable radar piece, and then you have some accessories like the trank gun and that little scanner for the dinosaurs. Like that the buggy and the trailer are consistent with having all black for the rims and the tires. The buggy has those slanted rods in tan to allow for support for the rider and also protect them from being bitten by the raptors. You can see that there are also those ingot pieces being used for the stepping platform, as well as providing bulk to the vehicle's frame. And then one last thing would be the electronic pad on the back of the vehicle, as well as clips to hold all accessories. So there's two solid transportation options for your characters. Okay, here are all your spare parts you received in the set. Some highlights would be the molded hot dog and a jaw for each dinosaur. You get one in gray for the Titanosaur and you get one in tan for the Raptor. Overall, I thought the set had plenty of quality parts and builds. I just think it's a little bit pricey at $110. So if you wait a month or two for it to go on sale, it would be a fantastic addition to your collection. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next review.